Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tower Park here in the heart of Peoria Heights. To honor our nation ahead of America's upcoming 250th birthday, please stand as you are able, remove your caps, and join the River Valley Big Band in our national anthem.
Thank you. We are the River Valley Big Band. We are absolutely thrilled to make our 2026 summer debut right here at Peoria Heights at Tower Park. During the fall and spring, we spend our time sharing the joy of music with seniors at local communities like Bueller Home, Bickford House, and Lutheran Hillside Village. Where are my Lutheran Hillside Village people? Hey! Thank you for coming. But during the summer, we love getting out under the open sky at beautiful venues like this one. We love to see people moving, so please feel free. There's a big dance floor here. Take advantage of it. I saw a couple people I know will be doing that, so that'll be great. Find a partner, hit the dance floor at any time tonight. And it's raining. Open sky. Except for us. Our musicians come from many different communities around the area, and this September marks the official start of our 10th season. We'd like to take a moment to recognize our charter members who have been with us since day one. Where are my charter members of the group? Raise your hand. Wow, look at that, isn't that great? Now it's my absolute pleasure to introduce our MC for this evening. You know her as the voice of the news for the past 13 years on 1470, 100.3 WMBD Radio. The incomparable Julia Bradley. When she's not keeping us informed on the air, she's the lead singer of her church's praise band and a proud local mom whose youngest son, Jake, just joined the ICC Vocal Jazz Ensemble. Please help me welcome once again Miss Julia Bradley.
Thanks, Tony. Tony has been leading this incredible group for the past 3 years as only their third conductor in a decade. Before we dive into the jazz, Tony wanted me to remind everyone that the band's tip jar is right up front here. If you are moved by the music tonight, please help support these fine musicians. Right by the jar, you'll also find the full summer schedule and a sign-up sheet for the mailing list. We promise never to sell your email address. We only send updates about where you can catch the band next. Now let's get to the music. One of the absolute mainstays of the big band era was the legendary trumpet player Maynard Ferguson. Maynard's band was famous not just for his unbelievable high notes, but for his incredible talent that he fostered. Two of his finest alumni, Dennis de Blasio and Steve Wiest, went on to become world-class composers and educators themselves. De Blasio wrote his next high-energy samba, which became a staple for Maynard and a massive favorite of our own band. This is Coconut Champagne. We're just getting warmed up. Let's talk about a true big band titan. Glenn Miller was a massive conductor, composer, and U.S. Army Air Forces officer who tragically went missing over the English Channel in 1944. He left behind a legacy that changed American music forever. This 1940 favorite features Susie Dunnan on alto saxophone, who happens to be our powerhouse band manager and the reason we're all here tonight. Susie books the gigs, keeps track of all the personnel, and tracks down the subs. Let's give it up for Susie. We're also featuring Jeff Niebuhr on tenor sax and the smooth trumpet stylings of Rich Kriegsman. Peoria Heights, get your dancing shoes on. We are in the mood. That classic Glenn Miller sound is unmistakable. Following the massive success of In the Mood, the Glenn Miller Orchestra scored another monster hit in 1939 with a tune that became a permanent staple of their repertoire. It actually started as an old 19th century folk song with a couple of famous opening lines that went, "Me and my wife live all alone in a little log hut, we're all on our own. She loves gin and I love rum, and don't we have a lot of fun?" Here is the big band classic, Little Brown Jug. What a great crowd tonight. Right now, we want to welcome a very special guest to the stage. Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. You did. All right. Do over. In 1959, the Dave Brubeck Quartet released an album called Time Out that completely broke the rules of jazz by experimenting with unusual time signatures. Written by saxophonist Paul Desmond in a rare 5/4 time, this track became a massive sleeper hit, eventually becoming the biggest selling jazz single of all time and earning a spot in the Grammy Hall of Fame. Here is the iconic Hypnotic Groove, Take 5. Right.
We'd like to welcome a very special guest to the stage. Please give a massive Peoria Heights round of applause for our featured vocalist tonight, Miss Nancy Malcolm. Now, Nancy, come on up, Nancy. Nancy was born into a musical family and has been singing since she could talk. And she talks and talks and sings. She tells us she tried to conquer the piano, but the piano won. After singing with the Jesse Flores Band, She officially hit the big band bug while working at Caterpillar, and we are thrilled to have her with us today. She's going to sing one of my favorites. It's a Nat King Cole favorite, and Natalie Cole, this is Orange Colored Sky.
Test, test. Test. I was walking along, minding my business without an orange-colored sky. Flash, bam, alakazam, wonderfully by. I was humming a tune, drinking in sunshine without of that orange-colored hue. Flash, bam, alakazam, I gotta look at you. One look and I yelled, timber, watch out for boiling glass. Cause the steam the bottom fell out of it in the space. Let's not get this is I was walking along, minding my business when love came and hit me in the eye. Flash, bam, alakazam, orange-colored sky. Well, one look and I yelled, timber, watch out for blinding glass. 'Cause the steam fell and the bottom fell out of it in your space and started to shout about it. This is it, this is it. I was rolling along, minding my business when love came and hit me in the eye. Flash, bam, alakazam, orange color, purple stripes, ringing polka sky. Flash, alakazam. Thank you. Beautifully done, Nancy. Up next, we have one of the most recognizable slinky jazz melodies ever written. Composed by Henry Mancini for the 1963 film The Pink Panther, theme was animated perfectly to the stride of that famous cartoon cat. The legendary original tenor sax solo was played by Plas Johnson, and our arrangement tonight proudly features our very own tenor saxophonist Jeff Meaver. We're jumping ahead to the 1990s retro swing revival with the track by California's own big band Voodoo Daddy. This high-octane tune channels the sophistication of Sinatra's Rat Pack, but with a wild, modern edge. The band leaders once described their sound as high-octane nitro jive, 40s music with a 90s twist. You might recognize this track from the movie Swingers or from the hit TV shows like Friends and Malcolm in the Middle. Get ready for Big Time Operator. Jazz is widely considered America's greatest original art form. Oh, hold on. Okay. Born from African American experience in New Orleans, it represents the ultimate blend of individual freedom and creative collaboration. Since 2026 marks America's proud 250th birthday, the River Valley Big Band wants to honor that historic milestone with a swinging medley of 5 traditional patriotic favorites: America the Beautiful, Yankee Doodle Dandy, Battle Cry of Freedom, Shenandoah, and Stars and Stripes Forever. Get ready for the American Songbook. Okay, we're going to keep that energy moving right along with more favorites from the Glenn Miller Library. This fast-paced driving tune was an absolute fan favorite for the troops and the swing dancers alike during the war years. Here is American Patrol.
One, two, three, four. One, two, three.
Continuing our celebration of our nation's, I'm going to try this, semi-quincentennial 250th. Thanks for throwing that in there, Tony. We turn to a definitive American anthem. Written in 1861 by abolitionist Arthur Julia Ward Howe during the Civil War, she set powerful biblical imagery to the marching melody of John Brown's Body. The band just found this incredible roaring big band arrangement to help celebrate America's 250th. Enjoy this magnificent version of the Battle Hymn of the Republic. First recorded in 1955 by Count Basie and Joe Williams, and later made a hit by the great Peggy Lee. Our next number has become an absolute jazz standard. Please help me welcome Nancy Malcolm back to the stage to sing the words that every single spouse in the audience has probably had to say at some point. All right, okay, you win. Sad but true. Okay, back in 1940, if you wanted to book a room or catch the Glenn Miller Orchestra live at the Cafe Rouge in New York City, you had to pick up a rotary phone. Anybody remember rotary phone? And dial the oldest continuously used phone number in New York history. Glenn Miller turned that actual phone number into a top 5 Billboard hit that doubled as a catchy jingle for the hotel. Tony is going to need some of the crowd to help participate, to help out with the lyrics on this song. Here is Pennsylvania 6-5000.
back, but it changes. Pennsylvania 6-5. Oh.
Okay, the band's going to take about a 10-minute break, so it's an opportunity for you to get up and stretch your legs, walk around a little bit, and talk to people, and they'll be back.